Good evening and welcome to our Testimonial Tuesday for Tuesday, October 11th, 2016. October is here. The leaves are turning here in Middle Tennessee. It's so gorgeous. My name is Vicki Drobnes and I'm a Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I'm excited for you to be here tonight. Today's just been one of those great days. I got a chance to go out and tour Loretta Lynn's home. If you have not been there to tour this, and I know not everybody watching is from Tennessee, but I've lived here for 15 years, 15, 16 years, and I'd never been there. And it's not that far. It's about half an hour far away from my house. But I had an opportunity. I'm on the Chamber, or Dixon County Chamber Tourism Committee, and I had a chance to go through. They were doing what's called a FAM tour. So I'm giving a little plug to them here. But it's called a FAM tour, and it's a familiarization, say that 3 times fast, tour for the Welcome Center managers from all over the state, and to familiarize them with different attractions in different areas. And you don't go to every county every year, but this year they chose Dixon County and Humphreys County, which is the county next to mine, and that's where Loretta Lynn's place is. So I'd never been out there, so whenever they offered, said, hey, since you're on the tourism committee, you want to go, and I was like, yeah, that's so cool. So anyway, if you've never been, I highly recommend that you go. There is so much history there that it is gorgeous this time of year. The leaves are starting to turn. It's gorgeous, but there's like 50 or more years of not just country music history, but all kinds of other history, entertainment, other things like that. The house is from pre-Civil War times. Anyway, just a great place to go tour. Reminded me of, because you step back in time for whenever they left the house, opened it up for tours, which is about the 1980s, and they had they opened it up, and so you walk into like avocado and orange and all like that. So to me, it reminded me of Graceland, and but it's not as commercialized. So anyway, enough about that, because we're here to talk about Plexus. So we're here to talk about how do you turn a no to a yes. And this can apply to anything beyond your Plexus business. This is applying to just general communication skills with your family, understanding things that you can do to help find out what is going on with somebody and why they might say no. So before we get started, we'll do our disclosure. So let me share my screen here. There we are. Move our little peoples over here. All right, so this presentation is brought to you by independent Plexus ambassadors and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. Any statements made have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Plexus products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Plexus makes no guarantees on income, as such representations may be misleading. Your success depends on your effort, commitment, skill, and leadership abilities, and how effectively you exercise those qualities. Please see the Plexus annual income disclosure statement for more details. So, as I always ask y'all, before you get started, have a little notepad and a pen handy to be thinking about who do you need to share this video with? Who do you know who needs information? And I just thought of somebody, so I'm writing her name down. So who do you know that needs to know about Plexus, the products, the business? Maybe they are in a business of their own, and maybe they need some information about how to turn a no to a yes. So this is always for y'all to share, and it doesn't matter if you're a Plexus ambassador on my team. It doesn't matter if you're a Plexus ambassador anywhere else. We're all one Plexus, and we are totally into sharing and helping each other. So for those of you who may have stumbled along this video, you're scrolling through YouTube and happen to come across something about a no to a yes, and you see this is about Plexus, and you're thinking, well, what is Plexus? So what exactly is Plexus? Plexus is an incredible body balancer, and Plexus has a line of 16 health and wellness products that focus on the 3 big aspects of health, and that is blood sugar balance, inflammation, and gut health. And again, like I said before, we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent anything, but whenever your body gets those 3 in balance, it is amazing what it can do for itself, because those 3 systems kind of govern your whole body. And when you can get those taken care of, wow. I mean, for me personally, getting those 3 covered, it just made a huge difference in my life, and such that I was able to enjoy today and go out and eat what I wanted to, always within reason. I choose to eat healthy, but I did not worry about if I was going to pay for it later, and that is wonderful to me. So we have, as I said, 16 different life-changing products, various products, various price ranges, and the prices on these, a lot of people think that Plexus is really super expensive, and it's not. It's really not. And so there are, I think the majority of our products are under $35. So, you know, that's totally affordable, and based on what I used to pay for at health food stores, bargain, bargain. So if you, let me see, let me move back to that. So anyway, so if you can't see this, let me know. I can send you a link so that you can check out the catalog, or the ambassador who invited you to tune in can also do that as well. So just a short little thing about my fave Plexus products, because I'd be remiss if I didn't share those. My ultimate favorite is the Triplex, which is the Slim, the ProBio 5, and the BioCleanse. The Slim addresses the blood sugar, the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse address the gut health and the inflammation. And whenever you, like I said, whenever you can get those three in balance, wow. So I love these. Our pink drink, really super easy to do. Pour it in. Let's see, I've got one, just like a little pink stick here on my little postcard things. Little pink stick there. Mix it in your water, shake it up, drink it down. Easy. And then the ProBio 5 BioCleanse small capsule, so that anybody could swallow those. Our next one is the X Factor. This is an amazing multivitamin that has aloe in it, and is a form of aloe that has been shown to boost nutrient absorption. So it's not a matter of if you take vitamins, it's if you absorb them. Because if you're not absorbing them, they're just passing right through your system, and it's not doing you any good. And I love what this does for hair, nails, because that, again, is showing that the nutrients are getting where they need to be. Omega X, amazing product. Omegas, your body does not make omega fatty acids, and yet it needs them. That's why they're called essential fatty acids. But our omegas are plant-based, which I love. Vegetarian, vegan here. So I love our plant-based omegas. That means that you don't get fishy burps, and you also are not going to worry about whether this fish was caught in waters that are polluted, or whether it was farm raised and you don't know what type it was fed. This is, you know, you can feel confident about the source of our Omega X. And it's omegas 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. Before Plexus came out with this, as crunchy as I am, I didn't know there was omegas 5 and 7. And I have seen some really interesting research over the past week about omega 7 and how it helps with the moisturization of the skin and the tissues. And even if there are certain conditions that feel dry, and again, trying to stay compliant here, but even certain conditions where you feel like things are dry, you probably need to up your omegas, and omega 7 is awesome for that. So your Plexus Mega X, awesome product. And then finally, my favorite two that I have just recently fallen in love with is our Block and our Edge. And our Block helps block carbs, excess carbs, up to 48% of those from turning into sugar into the blood. And I use that, like I said, I'm vegan, vegetarian. And I use that mainly if I'm having processed carbs, if I'm going to have a piece of cake or a brownie or something like that. If I'm eating good carbs, then I'm probably not going to worry so much about that. But if I decide I'm going to have pizza one night, then yes, I'm going to make sure I take my Block. And then the Edge, amazing energy product, also helps with mental focus. And I really wasn't that wild about it whenever they came out, because I thought, no, I don't want to do the energy thing. Never was a 5-hour energy monster drink kind of girl. That stuff's yucky. Y'all don't want that. But there's 3 simple ingredients that also have some amazing health benefits as well. So just quick thing on the products. Quick thing on the business. Wow. Being a Plexus ambassador can make such a huge difference. I don't know of anybody that couldn't use an extra couple $100 a month. That would take some pressure off of a lot of families. It would probably take a lot of pressure off a lot of marriages. If you could just have some extra spending money to put aside for savings. You want to put the kids in dance lessons, soccer practice, whatever. But anything all the way up to making a really big income that you could totally make some differences with and make the difference in some other people's lives, not just your own. That's the thing. Plexus ambassadors are givers, and I love that about what we do. So again, this is our annual income statement that I referred to in our disclosure. If you'd like to see a closer copy of that, let me know and I'll get one to you. I would be totally remiss to not mention this for October. Plexus has done it again because Plexus has come out with this rank up and score in October. And what they're doing is doubling bonuses. So whenever you rank up, you get earn a bonus. And they are doubling those bonuses. And if you've ranked up, but your rank has fallen, which can happen, but if your rank has fallen, you can re-achieve that rank and earn your bonus again. Now that one's not double because you did earn it the first time, but you can re-earn it. You can earn that bonus again. That is so cool, and that's only during the month of October. So somebody could join today and totally get to gold. That, you know, it's a fast start gold, and that is going to be doubled as well. So it is, again, totally cool. So again, I would be happy to explain all of that to you if that's something you'd like to know about. So on to our topic for tonight, how to go from no to yes. And I hear this a lot from my team is, what do I do whenever somebody says no? And we all hear no. I mean, if you think about I have a little grandson, he's 6 months old. He was 6 months old on Sunday. And I know that one of the first words that he's going to know is, or one of the first words he's going to say is probably going to be no, because they hear it so often, you know, and it's from a safety standpoint, of course, whenever we're trying to teach a child that. But we sometimes hear no, and honestly, in our negative society right now, as it seems, we hear a lot of no's, and that can feel discouraging. And I want you to reframe that. One great book that I love, and I meant to put this in the PowerPoint, is called Go for No. And it totally changes the perspective of what you think of whenever you get a no. A no just brings you one step closer to a yes. So understand that and kind of just reframe that. Yes, it can be discouraging. I'm not going to pretend and try and Pollyanna it over, but understand, just reframe it, and everything is how you frame it in your attitude. So first of all, whenever somebody says, oh gosh, somebody said no, and I'm really discouraged. First of all, keep calm and don't take it personally. The 99.9% of the people, whenever they say no, it's not about you, it's about them, and it's something that they may be dealing with. And there are several different reasons why someone may say no. So why customers object is sometimes they just don't like decision making. Decision making is a hard thing to do sometimes. And one thing I love, Big Al, Tom Schreider, who spoke at convention in 2015, he has this really great analogy that he talks about. It says, whenever somebody says they don't want to make a decision, they've made a decision. So we're making decisions all the time. You made a decision to tune in to this video or tune in tonight. We are making decisions all the time. But sometimes it can feel hard. They prefer old habits. You know, change can be hard. But change is the only thing that's a constant. I remember a minister friend of mine who was also a psychologist once told me, change is the only constant. Things are always changing. The leaves are changing. The weather's changing. Everything is always changing. We're changing. We're not the same bodies we were last week. Our cells are always changing. We're getting healthier or not healthier, depending on if you're on Plexus. But we're always changing, and that's something that is always happening. But it can be hard to change habits. That's why they say it takes usually 21 to 30 days for a habit to change. And that's one thing, I'll be honest with y'all, sometimes I don't understand whenever somebody says, it's hard to remember to mix up my Slim. No, I haven't missed a day of Slim since June 23rd, 2014. I have taken my Slim every single day. I've taken my ProBio 5 and my BioCleanse every single day. When the Mega X came out, I started taking that every single day. When the X, you're getting my point here. It's a matter of making it a priority for yourself. So whenever somebody says, I just can't ever remember to do that. Okay, then you've got to re-examine why you started with Plexus in the first place. Is, did you do it because you wanted to change something? Well, then you're going to have to change. So get away from those old habits. They're not serving you anymore. If you're not healthy and you're not doing better with your finances, that's not your habits. There's something in there that's keeping you back, and it's time to look at that. So reluctance, again, this ties into this other one, reluctance to give up something old for something new. Again, same thing, is making that change. And y'all, changing to something new, your best years are ahead of you. And you can just, gosh, I get so excited whenever I think about what's ahead. Or sometimes they can have an unpleasant experience with other companies. I do have to say, my husband's one of these that if he has an unpleasant experience with a company, he's probably not going to go back there. There have been a few restaurants we've had unpleasant experiences, and we just don't go back there. I tend to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, and I'll give it another try. But after a couple of tries, I'm not going back there either. But if you've had an unpleasant experience, or your customers had an unpleasant experience dealing with another company, not just network marketing companies, but since we're talking network marketing, we'll talk about that. Some people have difficult experiences with that. I've talked with a friend who was trying to stop an auto shipment with another company, and they were giving her a big hassle on that. Plexus isn't like that. If you decide you want to stop your auto shipment, be it a ambassador or a customer, okay, it's your decision. It's your money. You're an adult. You can make that decision. They're not going to try and pressure you. I may try and find out what it is so that we can help tweak it, because it may be something that is totally fixable, so you can still enjoy what's going on with the products or with the business. But again, it's up to you. You're a grown person. I'm not going to beg you for that. I've got plenty of people to help. I'm not going to beg. I don't have to beg people to join Plexus or to be customers, because we have what people need. And if you're an ambassador watching this, you believe that. We have what people need, and both the business and for the products. So, but remember that one size doesn't fit all. So with the example of the Plexus products, not everybody's going to be able to take the same thing. I think most everybody can take the slim, but I have heard of the odd person, very rare person, that for some reason can't take it. And that's fine. It's just like some people have, preferences to certain products. Some people have preferences or different ways that they tolerate certain products, and that's okay. There are a couple of Plexus products that I don't take. I have tried every single one, but there are a couple of them that I don't take. The ones that I showed you are the ones that I take, in addition to our Ease and our body cream that I use as well. But that's okay. I know I'm getting the best for me. So that's what the first thing I would say. If you are an ambassador and you feel like you're getting a lot of no's, then it's what you need to find out is you need to find out the underlying objection, because a lot of times it's not the first thing that somebody says. And you need to find out, you're here to serve them. And so you need to go in and find out, how can you help them? You're not pushing this on them. If you believe in the Plexus products, then you are not pushing anything on them. You're trying to help somebody. And that's where you want to find out what it is that you can help them to determine what's going to be best for them. So to succeed at social sales, you must offer something beyond your product. You must be someone your prospects want to know. And this is where we refer to this, why it's called network marketing. It's relationship marketing. I love this from whenever I've gone to go look at Lexuses in anticipation of my Plexus Lexus is coming soon. Then I've gone and I've talked with the salespeople. And they didn't try to sell me on a car right then. And it was kind of odd. I felt it felt odd about it. But as they said, that somebody does not buy a car like that, usually because they have an emergency. That their car broke down, they need another car. They are making a choice in order to buy something. And to invest in the car. So they believe in relationship marketing. And I'm still in contact with the guy that I talked with. We're Facebook friends. And that is very key in our business, is you want to be somebody that your people want to work with. And that's where your personal growth comes in, is being confident in what you're doing, and then believing in yourself in order so that somebody feels confident in trusting you to help them through their health journey and their business journey. So a couple of objections. I've done one for the products and one for the business. So when someone says, well, I can't afford it. Well, that's an easy one, because most salespeople will back down from that one, because they'll think, oh, yeah. And then if you feel that our products are expensive, then you're going to convey that. And so you may say, yeah, oh yeah, I know it's expensive. But so then you've agreed with their objection. So what I would encourage you to do is to think about finding out, okay, why can't they afford it? What is it that they're looking for? What this is where you need to build value in what Plexus has to offer. And Plexus is amazing with what they have to offer. I was spending $400+ a month on supplements before, buying them from the health food store, buying them online, various things, trying to get healthy. And I wasn't getting anywhere. It didn't do me any good. Within 6 weeks of starting Plexus, I was able to reverse a lot of the problems that I was having. Again, no claim to cure, treat, or prevent, but I was able to reverse a lot of the problems that I was having, and I saved about $300 a month. Now, really? You know, that's the thing. And then now we have the 60-day money-back guarantee that is both for ambassadors and as far as customers. So you have nothing to risk. So, if it truly is where you are flat broke, okay, and you can't get started on something, you could get started on the multivitamins, get started on the X Factor. Like I said, around 35 bucks. Get started on that. Do something that's going to start helping your body and work your way into it. Join as an ambassador so you're getting the best price, and work your way into it. Get a couple of customers, and then you can pay for it. After the first month, I haven't paid. My Plexus income has covered my products and my husband's products ever since our second month of Plexus. And so that's what, 24, 28, 26 months in. So I haven't had to pay for them out of my budget, other than that first month whenever I joined. So there is totally a way to do this. Yeah, so enough about that part of it. Whenever I hear somebody say something about on the business side, they say, I don't have the time. Okay? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And yes, sometimes it will seem like the day gets past you. But there's always something that you can do to build your business. You can go out and meet new people. You can go out and you can post a Facebook post. You can use different tools or different posting tools to schedule your post. Whenever you do have time, maybe you're working a full-time job and you are wanting to get your post done, to do them on Saturday, you can get your post done for the rest of the week and have it done and have them post on there. Hey, there is always a way to do that. The key is to listening to people and hearing what they're dealing with. Every single day, I hear of people who are complaining about they are in discomfort. They don't enjoy food anymore because they feel uncomfortable afterwards, or they feel like they have no energy. And Plexus has things that can help with all of those. And so it's just a matter of being key and then saying, hey, I know something that can help you. May I send you some information? How easy is that? Hey, it's totally easy for you to do. So whenever somebody says, I don't have the time, understand, if you start looking at, and I meant to put this on there, but if you start looking at how much time you actually do have in a day, you can carve out an hour. Sometimes it's a matter of shifting your priorities around. How much better would it be to focus on some intense work and stop watching TV? Number one, 95% of it's crap. Sorry, just going to be blunt about that. Stop watching TV. We ended up disconnecting our DirecTV because we weren't watching it anyway, and there was nothing on. 250, 500 channels. I don't even remember what it was whenever we left it. It's nothing on. There's nothing worth watching. And don't get me started on the election season right now, because there's nothing worth watching on that. And so you it's a matter of your priorities. And, you know, maybe unplug yourself from this every once in a while. I do that. I'll say, I'm unplugging because I need to focus on something else. But an hour, our business is really simple. Our business is really simple. I will say I don't equate simple with easy, because a lot of times we have to get past this voice in our head that says we can't do something. But our business is simple. It's a matter of doing the same things and just helping people understand what Plexus is and how it can help them. Okay, sales statistics. This is something that's really eye-opening, and I've shared this before, but 48% of people never follow up with a prospect, and I have done that. I may have talked with somebody and either lost their name or put it aside somewhere and didn't follow up with them. I'm guilty of that. I'm not trying to say I have this, I'm perfect with this, because nobody's perfect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% make 3 contacts and stop, and only 10% of the sales force ever makes more than 3 contacts. Hey, and I'm not talking about making contacts every single day. Hey, I'm talking about following up with somebody in a week, 2 weeks, a month. I'm not talking about want to buy some Plexus? Want to buy some Plexus? Don't do that. That is annoying. Don't do that. But only 2% of sales are made on the first contact. Those of you who are ambassadors on my team or ambassadors anywhere, under any team, I would encourage you to think back, okay, how many did you sign up the first minute that you saw about Plexus? And I'm talking about the very first time that you saw about it, the first time somebody mentioned you? Probably not. It's very rare that it happens, obviously 2%, but even 3% of sales are on the second contact. Most of us needed a little bit more information, and that's wise. You want to check out some information. The thing is that you don't want to give up on somebody whenever you are sharing that information. You want to make sure that you're following through with them. 10% are made on the 4th contact, and 80% are on the 5th to 12th contact. 80%. How many of you have stopped before you've gotten to the 5th to 8th contact or 5th to 12th contact? I have. Hey, I need to go back on some of those and just check in with them. And then things change. Life changes with somebody. No does not always mean no. It usually means that they need to know, K-N-O-W, more information, or it may mean not right now, or it may mean that this is something that they need to think about, and that's okay. We want to encourage people to think about things. We just don't, but you do need to make a decision, because you don't want to just, string somebody along. And the same thing with if you're an ambassador, you don't want to string somebody along. You want to follow up with them and get that information to them so they can make an informed decision. Love this quote from Zig Ziglar. And if you don't know who Zig Ziglar was just the most amazing motivational speaker and salesperson. You will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. And that's what sales is. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It is everything is sales. Hey, everything is sales. Everything is persuasion. I used to teach persuasive writing to my students. Everything is persuasion, because you are trying to share information with somebody and trying to get your point across. Your child coming up and asking you for a cookie and trying to tell you why they need a cookie after they've had dinner or a bit before they've had dinner, they're trying to persuade you something. They're trying to sell you on something. It's natural. We're trying to share information with people, and we have something that people need. As I've said before, we have amazing products that people need. All right. I love ending up with Harvey McKay, wonderful motivational speaker. A successful person is usually an average person who took a chance. And that is what we're asking you to do, is to take a chance. Whenever I got started with Plexus, I had no idea my life was going to change so much for the better. I can't imagine how I would be health-wise or financial-wise if I had not gotten started with Plexus. I do know that I would not have nearly the amount of friends that I have now with Plexus. And it's opened up so many doors, and it's allowed me to be able to have the flexibility to, I'm going to lose my cards here, to be able to go do something like this, so that I can have that flexibility to give to causes that I want to, and to have the flexibility to go serve with my time and still be getting paid. And I love that. I love that. So let's get you started today. If you're tuning in and you are, you've stumbled across this video by scrolling YouTube and you're not dealing with a Plexus ambassador, my contact information is below, and I would love to help you start your own Plexus journey, because I will tell you, it's amazing. And if you are watching this because an ambassador invited you to watch this, get back with that person, because they have your best interest at heart and they want you to feel your best and to make things as best as you can for your family. All right, so we'll see if there are any questions. We've got just a little bit, a few minutes, so we'll see if there's any questions from anyone. You can unmute yourself or type it in the chat. Okie dokie. Well, I will say that that's a no on that. And so I encourage you to learn how to change those. Oh, Terry has a comment. It took me almost 8 months before I tried Plexus. Yes. Hey, this is nothing that you don't know where, whenever you're sharing Plexus, you're planting a seed and you're starting a relationship. And I've had people come up to me, and it's been like 2 years. I've been in Plexus for 28 months. It's been like 2 years since I've been sharing the information, and they're finally like, okay, I see that you're serious about this, and I'm going to, I want to know more. And that's totally cool. That's the thing why people, a lot of times people are checking you out to see how serious you are, particularly if you've jumped from one company to another or you've done a lot of different things. And that's totally fine, because you want to work with somebody, like I said, you want to work with somebody that you trust. So yeah, that's totally true, Terry. And I'm so glad that you said yes, because Terry's on my team and she's an amazing person. I love having her on my team. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Love having you all here on Tuesday evenings. This is so much fun for me to do. So again, if you have stumbled onto this, you don't have an ambassador you're working with, contact me. My information's down below on the recording. If you are working with an ambassador, go back to that person. Let them help you start your Plexus journey. So everyone have a wonderful evening, and go Plexus.